Question time once again.
I know I just did a shoulder.
Yeah, it was a little like a shimmy. We're like shaking
I'm ready.
it out. Yeah, we're
Bring
good.
it.
We're so
Bring
ready.
it. That's what I mean.
On the daily. Okay, so this question comes from James, a business strategist. He says, tons of people sign up for my masterclass, but only a small percentage actually show up live. How do I fix that?
Yes, nice. Well, I like this. It like makes like a shoulder design. No, that's good. It's fine. I'm totally good with it.
That's good. We're good.
Okay. All right. So, first of all, yay, James, for getting your masterclass done and launch. And incredible that lead generation is not a problem for you. You're getting lots of people to sign up. And we start there because you always want to look at your situation with data instead of feelings. Clients come to us and say, it's not working. And then our next question is always, what's not working? And we can only dive in and solve a problem if we're using data instead of feelings. My favorite quote is, in God I trust, everyone else bring data. Data will show you what's working and what's not working and what to adjust. So first of all, wonderful that your leads are working. Your show up rate is what's suffering. Now there's a few things on this. A normal show up rate is not 100%. People think, I got 500 people to sign up for my masterclass. I want to have so many people on. It's usually 15 to 20% of people who sign up for your masterclass will show up. So if you got 500 people to sign up, you're going to get about 180 to 100 people typically on that masterclass. Those are normal numbers. Okay. So you always want to make sure you have a campaign in place that occurs after the masterclass to follow up with people, right?
Absolutely.
Because we've had people who have been enrolled with us that have been on many masterclasses.
Yeah, there are different kinds of customers. You have your divers. People are like, yes, I see this thing. I'm going on, boom. Then you have your skimmers.
That would be the diver. You would be the skimmer.
I would be the skimmer. Think about like the pool in the summers, right? You go out there are people like, get your eye out. They dive in.
I mean,
then,
not in that environment because I don't want to mess up my hair, but yes,
you know
in life, I'm like,
other people like have to dip their toe or see other people in. There are going to be people who are on your list who need to be nurtured for 1, 2, 3, 6, sometimes years. Right. But the best way to nurture them is to reach out to them and continue to communicate with them. So yes, even though you have 500 people on your have registered and 85 to 100 of them are going to show up, don't leave the money on the table because of your immediate reaction, your ego reaction. Remember that there are ways that you can reach out to them via text, via email, and follow up with them and say, hey, did you miss the replay? Hey, did you? And like, and
invite them to the next one.
Exactly.
Because that's the beautiful thing about running a masterclass / webinar. You're not just giving something to people of value. You're not just making sales, but you're actually growing your list with people who eventually sign up with you. Okay. But now let's answer your original question. How do you, let's just assume you're not getting 15 to 20% of people to sign up for your webinar. No problem.
Show up for your webinar.
I'm sorry. That's right. Show up for your webinar. And there are certain things that you can do to get them to show up. Number one, you want to make sure when they enroll that they get a link to add the masterclass to their calendar. The best way to get someone to show up is actually block the time on their calendar. So include an add to calendar link to get them to add it in. Number two, you want to make sure there's a series of emails that you're using to engage them before the masterclass so they know what to expect. They get excited about it. Most people are just emailing folks to get them to sign up. And then they don't get them, email them to show up. So are you telling them what they can get out of it, getting them excited, doing a countdown, maybe adding a little surprise and delay? Like you create individual bomb videos for people to show up. And that's super baller.
Yeah, it's part of our nurture sequence because not only are you nurturing the people on your list over time to get them to interact with you, but you also have to nurture them, like you said, leading up to the actual event.
What is a bomb video, Justin?
A bomb video is a video where you basically go into this software called BombBomb and you just record like, hey, congratulations, you made an amazing choice to show up to Kim and Justin's masterclass. Hey, look, just want to let you know that at 10:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I am not a night person.
That's what anyway, you give them information, you get them excited. Hey, Sue, look, you made such a great choice. Tomorrow, you're going to show up and you're going to understand and discover how to totally take your message and turn it into millions, whatever that might be, right? And so what you can do with that video then is you can embed it into an email.
It's so cool. And it's like shows him talking in the email and people click on it. We could track who did it.
Right.
It's amazing. So, okay. Email nurture sequence, add to calendar, bomb video. You want to have a starting now text So you need to be collecting that text information from folks in the very beginning.
What is a lovely service that is not all that expensive that they can use for text?
One would be Slick Text, SLICK text.com. It's like $10 a month, and you can be texting people to show up for your masterclass. Yeah. You can also do what's called a ringless voicemail that you send a message that arrives in their voicemail reminding them to show up for the masterclass. You can run ads in their newsfeed with people who registered for your masterclass, reminding them of the day and the time that the masterclass happens. If you have a small list, you can literally call people. We have one of our coaching clients. He calls every single prospect who signs up with his masterclass before the masterclass to remind them that it was happening. Yeah. You don't need to do all of them. Start with 1 or 2 and see if it tweaks your show up rates. But if you think about it, you get 5 more people on and you close 1 out of every, your closing rate's 20%, you're going to have another sale. So doing these efforts makes it really worthwhile.
It makes it really, and here, speaking of efforts, like, yes, it does take effort. We live in a world where people are constantly distracted. I mean, like, even some of the biggest marketers, you got to push your message out there. You've got to nurture people. Even if they're on your list, you have to communicate with them in a consistent fashion again and again and again and again. But look, here's the good news. You've already done the hard work of putting a masterclass together. You've already done the hard work of presenting that in a consistent way. Now you can begin to shift your energy, that same energy, into the actual getting them to show up, getting them used to hearing from you, and getting them used to the things that you want to do.
You can tell I was very excited to answer this question because I didn't say what I should have said in the beginning of the video. If you've been watching this live, go ahead and put in live in the comments. And if you've been watching on replay, go ahead and put in replay and or share your number 1 takeaway from today's episode. We'll be back again tomorrow with more tips and strategies for making more client sales without having to get on sales calls. We'll talk to you then.